Hi, I'm Zuri, and today I'm discussing satin bonnets. If my hair looks kind of crazy, please forgive me. I just decided to use the gold hair wax that everybody's using. And so this is what it looks like on my hair in case anybody's wondering how it looks. Let me know in the comments if you think it looks stupid or what do you think about it. It's kind of weird. I know I didn't blend it really good, and it's on my scalp, but I just wanted to do something different because I like to change my hair. That's why I wear wigs a lot, but it's too hot to wear wigs. It was like 90 something degrees here yesterday. Today it's like 80. So there's that. That's why my hair is extra yellow looking. So the topic today, satin bonnets. Monique, the comedian, I think it was a week ago, made a video where she was in her bathrobe. It looked like she was braless, and she was complaining about black women wearing satin bonnets at the airport and out in public, and scarves and things like that. I was actually gonna wear a scarf today just because of that, but I was like, I don't know. I don't want to mess my ponytail up, so I'm just gonna wear it like this. But anyway, I just want to discuss my opinion and how I feel about the whole issue, and I also would like to discuss some other things that pertaining to Monique. I have a mixed feelings about the whole satin bonnet. I don't wear satin bonnets because whenever I would wear them, they would always come off my head. They never stayed on at night. So I just bought a satin pillowcase, and that works for me. So, but there are times when I don't feel like doing my hair, and that's why I wear wigs, because I just throw the wig on and I go out. And any other time, I'll probably put I have caps that I wear, and I also have scarves. And she did also include scarves, and I guess in her pet peeve of things that people do, which I think scarves are okay. And I guess it depends on how you wear it, but I used to work at a store and in the deli section as a cook, and a lot of the cooks would wear scarves to cover their hair, and it was okay. It was just part of the culture at my job. It wasn't considered ghetto or ratchet or anything like that. But I did work at it was a co-op type of store. So I don't know. But how I feel about it, I have mixed feelings on it. My neighbor, she walks around with a satin bonnet on, and to be honest with you, I think it looks really bad. It really does. I don't know. It's not. It's just the way that it looks. I think it ages women. It makes them look 10 years older than what they are. It does look like Mama Berenstein, however you Berenstein. I was just thinking about the Mandela effect. Anyway, yeah, it does give me those vibes. So I don't think I would personally go out in public with one on just because I don't really like the way they look. But I don't really see people wearing them out in public, to be honest with you, where I live, except for my neighbor. She wears it outside, like around our building. I don't know if she wears it to the store because I don't know what she does. I don't really watch her that much. But I know I've seen her outside with them on. So, in that situation, I don't think there's much wrong with it because you're outside, and you're not really. I mean, it is public technically, but it's at my complex, so it's not like you're out in the public per se. But I just don't like her in general, so that's probably why I'm kind of biased against satin bonnets. I can't stand my neighbor. That's a whole nother video. I am going to make a video about that because my neighbors are like the neighbors from hell. But back to the subject, Monique. It was a lot of people were calling her out because she had a bathrobe in the video. And it is like kind of hypocritical to tell somebody to look right in public, and you make a very public video where you're wearing a bathrobe. Like seriously, Monique, come on. Sydney should have helped her with that one. But oh god. My camera looks crooked. There, that's better. Oh, where do I even start? She made a rebuttal video because all the people were coming at her, saying to mind her business, and which she responded, it is my business. Your business is my business. And I don't remember what she said verbatim, but it was something along the lines of that. Like, it just, it was really weird because she was just saying, she keeps bringing up Oprah and Tyler Perry, and it's like she's obsessed with them. And I guess I can understand her anger because I guess they did have a hand in her being blackballed pretty much from the industry. So I can understand where that anger comes from and why it's so hard for her to let go of that anger. But sometimes, Monique, you have to just like, accept an apology that was never given. There's some quote that goes like that. I forgot how it goes, but it's something like that where you just have to move on. And as far as she in her video, she did say that she didn't owe Oprah an apology. She didn't do anything to Oprah. You told Oprah to suck your dick. Like, come on now. Seriously. You told her to suck your dick. Okay? That's very disrespectful to tell someone to suck your dick. You know, I know because I've told people that. And I wasn't saying it in a loving, fantastic, wonderful way. I was saying it in a way like, fuck you pretty much. And that's what she was saying to Oprah. And I understand that they have issues, but you publicly told her to suck your dick. You publicly told another black woman to suck your dick. I don't even know if she told Tyra Perry to suck her dick, but she told Oprah that. Okay? And it's like, wow. You told her to suck your dick and you're wondering why she doesn't apologize to you. Maybe that's why. If somebody told me to suck their dick, I'm not apologizing to you about shit. I don't care. That's not how you get people to apologize to you. You know, there's a saying that goes, you draw more flies with honey. I'm going to find that quote about apologies. Because it's, accept apology you never received. Let me find that exact quote. Don't expect the person that hurts you to be the person that saves you. That's a good quote. Life becomes easier when you learn to accept an apology you never get. And that's what Monique needs to do, because at this point, I don't know if Oprah ever will apologize to you for what she did. I don't even know if she did if she thinks that she did anything wrong. But as far as I know, she hasn't addressed you or anything, pertaining to the situation between you. Here's a good quote. It says, sometimes people haven't apologized because they're ashamed. Forgive them anyway. Sometimes you have to be okay with a sorry you never got. Forgiveness unblocks your blessing. Do it. You're worth it. Yeah. So there's that quote. So I think Monique needs to learn to do that. I can't tell her what to do because she's her own person and she's an adult and she's going to do what she wants to do. But that's just my advice to her, because I don't think that Oprah's going to apologize. And this thing has been going on for years now, this beef that she's had with Oprah. And it's like how long is it going to go on? For a decade? I just think it'd be better to just move on and just do your own thing. And if Oprah did you wrong, if she did something wrong to you, because I don't know the ins and outs of the whole situation between them two, but she will get her karma. Karma is very real. What goes around comes around. If she did something wrong to you, it will happen. But what I'm starting to wonder from listening to Monique in her rants is she starting to lose her mind? Because why does this bother her so much? I mean, there's more serious things in the world that we need to worry about, and this is one thing that bothers me, because I like to wear, and I know a lot of people have been saying, black people have been saying, if it was white people, would it be such a big deal? And I feel that way sometimes, because I have a lot of different shoes, not to brag or anything, because I only bought a lot of shoes because I had quit smoking. And when you stop one addiction, you go to another addiction. So my addiction became buying shoes, and I bought all these different Jordans and Chucks and just a lot of different shoes. And I ended up giving a lot of them away because I wasn't wearing them. So I am, I'm kind of a hippie and I'm an artist. So I kind of like to wear, dirty Chuck Taylors. Somebody might understand that if they're into, being an artist. It's just an artist thing, I think, and a hippie thing, and it's something that white people do a lot. But my neighbors were saying that we're talking about my shoes and I was ghetto because my shoes were dirty. And they're dirty because I like gardening. So they got dirty from gardening. And they were talking, it kept roasting my shoes. And I'm like, I wonder if I was, and I have, like I said, I have Jordans and stuff like that. I just didn't want to wear them. And I'm not going to garden in my Jordans. That's just stupid. I wonder to myself because there's other white people in my complex. And one of them, the women, she works here and lives here. She wears dirty Chuck Taylors all the time too because, she wears them while she's working. She does the same thing, gardening, landscaping. I wonder what they tell her that, your shoes are ghetto. You know what I'm saying? Is it ghetto? Is it ghetto because I'm black? You know, in all fairness, I did call them ghetto, and I think they were just retaliating. But I called my neighbors ghetto because they fight all the time, and they act really ghetto. I'm from the ghetto. I do have ghetto traits, and I'm sure, and attributes. I lived in a ghetto. I grew up in the ghetto. I lived in the projects when I was younger. I hung out in the projects, so I am ghetto to some degree. But they're ghetto. Like I don't think it's bad to be ghetto in some ways. It's just a personality trait. Some things you do, and just how you are. It's just a I don't know how to really explain it. I don't want to say it's a way of life, but it's just there's some things I do that's ghetto. Like if I run out of soap, sometimes I put water inside of the container until I get more soap. Little things like that. I think that's ghetto, but. I call my neighbors ghetto because they like fighting all the time and they're always yelling and screaming. Their kids run around the parking lot. They don't spend any time with them. Kids are out all day till late at night by themselves, and they get drunk and they drink like malt liquor, which is a very ghetto thing that we used to do back in the ghetto when they drink Old English and stuff like that. And my neighborhood is kind of ghetto. I live in Portland, Oregon, and this is considered, I guess, the ghetto of Portland where I live, but I was just calling them that because they fight every day and yell and scream. They drink their malt liquor, their 40 ounces or whatever, and fight. So that's why I called them that. But they called me that because I wear Chuck Taylors that are kind of dirty, which I actually like my shoes. I don't like brand new shoes sometimes, the way they look. It's hard to explain it, but I don't know. I guess I'm weird like that. But anyway, I digress. So back to Monique. And back to the bonnets, first of all. I think that with bonnets, I'll bet you any amount of money if the bonnets had like Gucci on it or Louis Vuitton on them or any of these other labels that people like to wear. I bet people would not give a shit about the bonnets. They'd be like, oh, look at that Coach bonnet. You know what I mean? Let Coach, mark my words, if Coach, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Prada, all those name brands that people love, that black people love supporting, all those white people that black people love, let them come out with some bonnets. I'll bet you any amount of money bonnets would be cool and everybody be wearing them, and it would be nothing. I can guarantee you that. I'm willing to bet you anything that it'd be all the rage. Like, oh, look at that Gucci bonnet she got on, man. She rocking that. Look at that Coach bonnet. It would be like that. It would not be this whole ghetto thing. That's what I think, in my opinion. If people were going outside in Gucci pajamas, Gucci slides with, Coach, and I don't even wear any of these brands. I'm too poor to afford this. But even if I could afford those brands, I wouldn't wear them. I would support smaller designers just because I'm not a label whore. And I don't really care about that kind of stuff like that. Like I said, I'm a hippie, so I don't give a shit about that kind of stuff. I would probably wear vintage stuff. So I have a few notes that I'm reading. Oh, Monique. She's starting to remind me of Bill Cosby a little bit when he started. And I hope she doesn't have any scandals that's going to come out about her. But Bill Cosby started doing stuff like this before he went down, into the situation that he's in right now. He was making all these criticisms about black men. I wonder if it's just the thing that old people do. When you get old, you're just like, okay, now I'm going to criticize everybody because I'm not happy with the way things are, with times changing. But he was complaining about black men wearing their pants down and cursing. He was complaining a lot. It's giving me Bill Cosby vibes. And I'm not saying that about Monique, like saying that she's a predator or whatever you want to label Bill Cosby, you know, if you believe the allegations against him. But she just gives me those vibes as far as like old person just complaining about something, you know. And, you know, people were, at the end of the day, I think that's their business, you know. I don't know. I think that's really rude to tap somebody. She was telling people to tap someone and and say something to them about it. And she said if she sees you out in public that she's gonna tap you on the shoulder and ask you about it. Like, I think that's so rude. I think you should mind your own business. That's not right to tell people what to do or what to wear. I mean, like, that's just crazy to me. You know, I don't understand really why people are bothered so much by things that other people do that don't affect them. And I get that. Unfortunately, when there's a good side to being black and a bad side to being black. And the pro is that we have this community aspect is almost like, you know, because we are the minority in the United States. We are a minority. I don't know if we are the lowest group. It might be Asians. Don't quote me on that. But, you know, there's not a large amount of us if you go by the census, the statistics and things like that. We are very outnumbered. So there's a community aspect because of that, I believe, and just because of our history and things like that. And it's kind of like, you know, like it's a black thing kind of thing. And that's cool to have that whole community that we have. But at the same time, it's a negative because you get put together and judged by something that another black person does. We're all lumped together and stereotyped, and we can only be one way. And it really bothers me a lot because we can only be just one thing, and that's somebody that just, you know, always wearing all these fancy labels and designer clothes and things like that. We can't be like white people, for instance. They can have all these different personalities. They have, you know, the nerd, then you have the hippie white person, then you have the goth or the rocker or the punk white person, then you have the country white people with their cowboy boots and their hats and stuff, then you have the trailer trash white people that, you know, saying they like Get Her Done, listening to Larry the Cable Guy. Then you have the nerds that are just geeky, and, you know, and it goes on. You know, I'm sure I've left some out, but there's all these different personalities that they are allowed to have, but we are not allowed to do that as black people. Like I said, if I wear my shoes dirty, then I'm dirty and smelly and this and that. Just because I have shoes on, that I just don't care. I really don't care. I mean, I care about my appearance to some degree, but I really don't care too much about what other people think about me, because, you know, I just don't. I don't know. I just came to that point in my life where I stopped giving a fuck about other people's opinions. Like, if you don't like it, don't fucking look at me. You know, I'm not living my life for other people. I'm living my life for me and what makes me happy and what I want to do. But I do understand at the same time that you do have to represent yourself, especially if you are a bit like, I can't, when I come on YouTube, I try to look nice because I don't want to look like shit on here, you know, and you are representing your business. If you have a brand or whatever it is, you do want to represent yourself in that way. So I understand that, but I just don't understand why we all have to be one way, you know. We should be able to be other things. And that's one thing I like about younger black people is that they are stepping out more and allowing themselves to be different, which I didn't really see in my generation. A lot of the younger black kids are, you know, they're into rock music and they're wearing like bands on their shirts, Nirvana and, you know, Metallica and Black Sabbath. And I think that's awesome because I love rock music. I think that's really cool that they're allowing themselves to not be just, you know, married to this idea of just being just one way, you know. Oh, the yuppie white people. I forgot all about them. The yuppies, the hipsters. See, they have so many categories. I don't know. We're not allowed to be anything except one way, as far as I know. And, I don't know. People are always like, oh, well, white people do this, and that. And I think Monique doesn't care about what white people do because she's not white. That's probably why it doesn't bother her, and why she has chosen to address black people about this matter. Oh, another thing I wanted to say, other people are bringing up the point that if white people were doing it, would it be still considered ghetto and nasty and dirty? And that is a very good point, because I remember back in the day, back in the 90s, black women used to wear colored hair. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I used to think that was really ghetto. I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. I really did. I never got into colored hair when I was younger. Everybody in my neighborhood did it. I was on the south side of Chicago. It was very huge. And I didn't want to be put in that category of just being ghetto or whatever. I wanted to just be, I've always just have been a different person and had my own personality. So I just didn't want to be like pigeonholed into that. So I never did it. But ironically, when I moved out to Portland, Oregon, I did start wearing different colored hair, because it was out here. It was like, it's a part of the culture, it's the thing. And it's mostly white people doing it out here. And that's me being a hypocrite in a way, because I did think, when I was younger, I did think that it was ghetto. But as I got older and I lived out here, and yeah, white people were doing it. So I guess that is a very good point to raise. But I'm not afraid or ashamed to call myself out for my hypocrisy. I think that we all need to just be able to be self-aware of the things that we're doing. But I did feel that way, and I did eventually start wearing different color wigs, purple, blue, red, all these different colors I had. I used to wear them to work too, and I was a cook. I worked as a cook for the Blazers, so it was a pretty good job, but it was okay. It was allowed. It was a part of the culture. No one ever said you couldn't wear different color hair to work. Almost every job I've had in Portland they allow people to wear different color hair because it is considered a part of the culture here. So I'm sorry I'm all over the place. I didn't really outline this good enough, but I just wanted to get a video out and talk about this, because there is one more thing I wanted to address. Monique was saying in her video that she's, like a champion for black women and things of that nature, but I'm just curious of why did she ignore Jessica Reed? If you don't know who Jessica Reed is, watch my video that I made about Charlemagne the God, Charlemagne the Devil, where he was accused of allegedly raping this 15-year-old girl, Jessica Reed. But he pretty much got away with it. And I'm not going to go into the details of that, but she made a documentary a few years ago. I don't know exactly when, but she detailed the night and everything that happened, and her relationship that she had with Charlemagne prior to the alleged incident. So she did reach out to Monique to see if she would, I don't know, she reached out to her. I don't know exactly why she reached out and what she said to her, because she didn't give details. But she did make a video with Choke No Joke. Shout out to Choke No Joke. She did make a video with him in which she did discuss that she reached out to several people, one of them being Monique and another one, ironically, being Oprah. And she said that both of them ignored her, which I thought was crazy, because it's like, wow, they both try to act like they're so feminist and, for women and women's rights, and just standing up, especially Oprah, standing up for people against abuse and sexual abuse and things like that. But for them to both ignore her, this speaks volumes about them, It says a lot. So it's like, Monique, are you really here for black people? And I did put this on Monique's Instagram. I did ask her, why did you ignore Jessica Reed? Because I think that she could have really used some guidance from someone, from a woman like Monique that says that she's here for black women and here to help them. Jessica Reed needed your help. And you were on the Breakfast Club talking to Charlemagne, who gave you the donkey of the day for fighting for your rights as a Black woman in the industry, for fighting for equal pay against your white peers. And she reached out to you, Monique, and you ignored her. And I left a comment on your Instagram about about you ignoring her and asking you why you ignored her. And you ignored me and you ignored my comment. I don't know if you didn't see it. It wasn't like a thread or a photo, a post that had thousands of comments. There wasn't a ton of them. There was just like, I don't remember. It was like under 500. So I don't know if she just didn't see it. Who knows? I will ask her again because I am very curious about that. If you really care about Black women, then you shouldn't ignore this Black woman who is in a lot of pain because of the things that she experienced and what she went through. And then having the person that allegedly raped her on air bragging about it, essentially. So, and then bragging about doing it to his wife. So I think one other thing I want to discuss, I think the bigger discussion at hand is not just the bonnets. It's about Black women, our hair in general. Like, I wish that we could be more proud of who we are, including myself, and not have to always hide, our hair and be ashamed of it. And I am really thinking about getting dreadlocks or locks. I heard you're not supposed to call them dread. That has a negative connotation behind it. I mean locks. I'm really this close to doing it because I am just tired of dealing with my hair. It's just a lot for me to deal with. But I wish that we could feel more comfortable with ourselves, that we didn't have to hide our hair so much, and that we can be proud of the texture of hair that we have, the fact that we're unique and we have something different that a lot of people don't have. I wish that we can have more Black women embracing themselves in their natural hairstyle, which I do, which now my hair is natural. I do texturize it a little bit, but I don't relax my hair. Every now and then I do straighten it just to see how long it's gotten. But like I said, I wear wigs, so I'm not trying to call anyone out for it, but I just think it's nice to be able to switch things up. You know what I mean? Just do something different and not just have it all the time. These straight hairstyles, that require you to wear the bonnet. I think that's why people are wearing it, to protect their hair. I don't really even understand why people wear them. I thought it was supposed to protect your hairstyle from getting messed up when you sleep. But I don't know. I digress. So, but anyway, I don't want to just keep rambling. I did want to say one thing. For all the women wearing satin bonnets, it's fine because it just increases my chances of getting a man. Not that I'm looking for one right now, but maybe eventually I will like one. But I just thought I put that in my notes because I thought that was funny because it does take them out of the competition. I don't think a lot of men are going to want to approach women with those on their head because, like I said, they make you look older. They age you, and your hair is your beauty. It's your crown. My crown has gold in it right now. But I was just trying to do something different. And it's supposed to be a safe way to change your hair without using dyes that damage your hair. My hair is already very damaged from using all kinds of things. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I just think that at the end of the day, do what makes you feel good and happy. And if wearing a bonnet in public makes you happy and makes you feel good and comfortable, then do it. Fuck everybody else. At the end of the day, that's what matters the most, is how you feel about yourself. And it's not hurting anyone. It's not harming anyone. It's not unhealthy. So I don't see why Monique gives a damn so much about it. I think there's bigger fish to fry. There's bigger issues that she could focus on. And one of them being sexual abuse in our community. That's something that she could talk about as well, along with her rants. But I just hope she doesn't waste her time too much on it because people are going to do what they want to do. And I don't think it's right to shame people for doing something like that, because it's their body, it's their choice, it's their life. It doesn't, what you eat don't make me shit. So it shouldn't bother you that much, Monique. Well, that's all I got to say about that. So, how do you feel about the bonnet? Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think about my gold. Should I do this? Should I stop? Should I do it again? What do you think? Just let me know. Give me some feedback. And thanks for watching.